Hello and good evening to all. You join me on Greg the Bank, very different from my normal account, which is now called Greg the Queen. That's proven here, because I'm Queen this week, not King, and my God, I'm loving it. Oh, I've made myself a crown, I've been wearing dresses, I've been looking beautiful. And the reason for this is, well, it's between KVK 2 and 3, not much is happening. So what we're going to do instead is show you around the farm and perhaps more importantly, do an event which has been referenced in the video name, which I'm sure you'll all be aware of, Ian's Ballads. Now the good thing about Ian's Ballads, exactly as you'd expect from an event named Ian's Ballads, it's all about singing. What you've got to do, there's a chap named Ian, he comes in, you've got to serenade, sorry I'm just here, oh no, it's not about singing, it's about fighting. Makes no sense, right? It's called Ian's Ballads, but hey ho. Hey ho, bloody hell, what's happening there? Oh, I see. We've got an end of an alliance wood lot. Anyway, we'll get right on to Ian's Ballad. I just wanted to show you around my second account. Yeah, you see from all my accounts here, of which there is another one now, thanks to Nanaki. Shout out to Nanaki. We all love Nanaki. Even when he goes mad, especially when he goes mad. Anyway, we've got my my restart account, the big account. All of these are just farms. Those are 2 inactive, and these are more than farms. That was my first account when I started playing again. This was my second, and of course the main one is my main one. So this account's probably had about $150, $200 spent on it, so it's certainly not free to play, but it's definitely not a big spending account. We are here on the, well, we've done all the economic technology we can. On the military technology, we are perilously close to 10-10-10. And then we've got a long way to go until we actually get tier 5, but we're on the way. The big thing holding this account back from getting there is this level 19 castle. We can get the level 25 watchtower when we need to. We'll certainly have enough, but the level 20, well, we're getting there, but we are a long way away from level 25. A great many months. In terms of speed ups, I guess we'll go to first. Despite that click, we don't have that many. I checked my main account speed up today and I've got 1.5 years worth of speed ups of everything. Well, I thought I'd have a bit more actually, so I was slightly disappointed even though 1.5 years does seem like a very big number. But it's certainly not enough to win any Zenith event. So I need to bide my time there. Here we have substantially less. Of course I don't spend any money on this account, so you'd expect exactly that. We have a decent supply of armaments. Yeah, nothing particularly special. For a 35 million account, this is very weak. And it's weak because of these guys. I do not have good commanders. As you will see, I have 1 expertise legendary commander, soon to be 2. YSG is 23 heads away from being expertised, and I'm planning to go full archers on this account, hence the Edward of Woodstock, which I just bought with the wheel. And now completely regret it because I would much rather have the gems back to play on the castle, but I'm impulsive sometimes. So we don't really have much going for us in the commander department. Ethelhead, yeah, Caesar's nothing, Mulan's nothing, Cleopatra's irrelevant, Edward's very low. Yeah, nothing going for us here, apart from, of course, the almost expertise YSG, which is a big thing. In terms of equipment, we have 1 crit archer equipment, which I was very lucky to get, and it's kind of what made me want to go archers. I mean, it's just insanely lucky to crit a legendary. I very rarely do it. That was enough for me to convince myself, oh, maybe we should go down the archer route rather than the original route, which was infantry. As you can see from this, I have 2 pieces of legendary equipment. Very good Sun Tzu, but well, it's not very good anymore going to KVK 3, is he? Everyone's pretty much expertise who needs to be here in the epic department, but as I'm sure you'll all be aware, the epics fall off very quickly in Rise of Kingdoms. You need the legendary people. Anyway, that's a very quick look around the accounts. Nothing special at all. Like I said, it's certainly not one of the stronger 35 million accounts. It's same seasons. There's nothing much going for it. Yeah, memes are never bad to have. But what we do have going for us is Ian's Ballads, yet to be done. So I'm only going to be on Nightmare, which is a bit of a kick in the teeth, but hey ho. So Ian's Ballads is a strange one, and I'll tell you for why. Firstly, it's called Ian's Ballads, and it's just about fighting beast lords. Kind of doesn't make sense, but I'll look past that for the second. Most things in ROK are about fighting, especially the PvE events. It's basically some text and then fight this person, fight this thing. So let's just say that that's to be understood. What is weird about this is that at lower levels, Nightmare being one of them, you'll often start a game. Not particularly strong people here, this might be troublesome. You will start a game and it will end very quickly because there are two strategies for this. One is the quick way of going through the level, which I will be demonstrating here, and the second one is perhaps more new player oriented, where you fight everything. So this, I'm sure to most people you'll be like, yeah, obviously what's special about this? You're just doing the standard tactic. But let me tell you, this is, let's see what happens here. Yeah, exactly. So some people are going for the standard tactic of just dash through. Some people are fighting everyone. It kind of doesn't make sense to new players, especially, to just run through and fight and not fight people. You're in a battle scenario. You've got enemies here. What's the logical thing to do? Fight them. So the fact that the best strategy is to just run all the way to the new checkpoint, check in here, and then die doesn't make much sense to a new player. So I think they call it in the game design industry feedback. The feedback of that is quite illogical. And as you can see here, we have a few people doing very different things. At higher levels, it's a bit better because you usually have more experienced players who understand that this is maybe not the best way to play it, because the best way is probably fight everyone and get all the little rewards. But the most logical way, just do it if you don't want to spend 30 minutes on it. So step 1 on Ian's Ballads, spawn, come all the way around here, go straight to the checkpoint. As soon as someone's checked in, you die. And then you wait to spawn your troops until all the enemies you've got aggroed here have all died. Have all got bored and run away. So big man here's coming over here. He'll be fine here, so I may as well get my guy dead. And now this is another troubling point, because what's going to happen here, with a degree of an annoying regularity, is that people will not realize that you cannot spawn your troop while other people are in battle. Again, not a particularly logical point. Like, I don't know why they did it that way, but they did. So as soon as we all die, we have to hope that everyone understands they do not spawn their troops until all these guys are away. Otherwise, what's going to happen is someone will spawn their troops, go and fight these guys, die, come back here, spawn them again, go and fight these guys, die, come back here, and then invariably get bored and quit. This is why Ian's Ballads and I do not get on. The amount of people who understandably think, oh, this isn't working, and quit, leaving everyone else high and dry, especially in one like this, we haven't got particularly strong players. I think I might be the strongest in numbers, but I'm probably the weakest in actual battling potential. I've only got Ethelhead and YSG, which certainly doesn't compete. Oh, we actually defeated the Huntmaster. I did that. Alright, well, I was just clicking out. He did as well, I imagine. Okay, well, that was a turn up for the books. I've never seen that happen before. It completely destroys the video. Here we go. Oh no, they're just going through. Okay, so what you usually do here is you wait for all these guys come down, you fight them, you all die, you stay here, you wait for these guys to go, and then you fight the boss and defeat him easily. Unfortunately, I'm going to be in a position, I believe now, where... Oh no, I can summon it because they're not actually in combat. As we pick up our little rewards. And, this worked once, so why don't we just do it again? Step 2 of Ian's Ballads. Ignore all the enemies here and make a beeline for this. Again, makes no sense, right? Especially to newer players. Thankfully in this one we seem to have an experienced mix of players playing, so it's going to be a good one to do on the video, and not a painful attempt of dying here, starting again, dying here, starting again, doing Ian's Ballads again, losing the will to live slowly. So as you can see, all the enemies coming over. And again, I repeat, this is probably old news to most people, as indeed most of the things I say are. I'm a very dull, boring and unoriginal man. But to perhaps newer players looking to play Ian's Ballads for the first time, who've never done the minigame before, or just haven't got round to it, or have seen it and realised that they can't do it because people keep quitting, this is again the reason why that happens. That there is often a disconnect between the people rushing through and the people going to the boss and the people trying to fight everything here. Again, we might just win here. Maybe we are deceptively strong, but I doubt it. Okay, we'll see. And then we have stage 3, which is the final boss with another little gimmick, which hopefully the people here will do. Otherwise, we'll be a little bit frustrated. As I try and find the boss to hit, maybe that one. No, I don't know. Are we going to sneak through? I may as well use the heal while we're still alive. There he is. No, he's healing now. Okay, so we are going to, perhaps fortunately for the notion of the video, we are going to have to fight it again, and hope that everyone realises the strategy of not fighting yet. Okay. I impugned the honour of these guys too much. Ethelhead with just one troop type is terrible, but I don't have anyone better. So, one of them. We don't even take advantage of the Milky Way crit here. Okay, again, what a strange strategy this is. All the enemies come, stand there a while, go down, and then we fight the boss. The bosses themselves are pretty easy. As long as you've got a group with the requisite level of power for the one you're doing, you can just breeze through it. It's all about the strategy. The strategy itself isn't particularly taxing. Just run, die, wait for everyone to go, do the bosses. So 7 minutes done so far. I try and get Ian's. I always like to get Ian's Ballads done about 10 minutes. So after that, I start losing interest. I really am quite critical of the mini games in ROK. I think Champions of Olympia has so much potential, but is done so badly. Ian's Ballads is just a little bit boring, and it's got a name, Ian's Ballads, and it's got nothing to do with singing at all. I'm sure there's a backstory, but it's of no interest to anyone, let's be honest. Okay, there's the second one done. More crystal keys. And the strategy for the third one, the optimal strategy, is do exactly what this guy here is doing. Get everyone standing over here. The reason being, you get enemies spawning here, 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 and here. And if you're standing over here, or indeed over there, they all just come to you. Make it a lot easier to kill them. Someone does need to proc the boss, I'm sure they will. Or they've forgotten about it. Yeah, we can't wait around all day for you. Oh, got us, he got us. And this is the third account I've done Ian's Ballads on. So you can imagine my level of excitement at it. Actually, while we're on that subject, I'll tell you what I know I'm just complaining here, but there you go. It's an honest channel with an honest man. The one thing that really gets me about Ian's Ballads is it doesn't change at all each time. At least the ROK Crisis, they sometimes rotate the bosses, they sometimes put new bosses. But Ian's Ballads is exactly the same every single time. And once you've done it once, you've got a good hang of how it goes. Once you've done it twice, you're pretty much an expert. When you've done it 3 times, you're not going to go wrong. When you've done it 87 times, as I probably have now, it gets a little dull. But hey, all these incremental advantages are, if you've got time to do them, they make your account so much better. I try and do all the events with 2 accounts. So I do it with my main and with this account. Obviously, it would be best to do it with every account I own, but there is such a thing in life as not playing Rise of Kingdoms. And I've mastered that over the previous 32 years of my life. Admittedly, the last 3 years I've been quite bad at not playing Rise of Kingdoms. In fact, I said I've been playing Rise of Kingdoms. So I sometimes go back to the previous state and relax a little bit and not do my 14 million farm on all the ROK Crisis and Ian's Ballads events. Anyway, this is going to be the last video for without Greece. Greece is dropping my time in about 4 hours. I'm up at 2:30 here as the fool that I am. But I'm really excited about seeing Greece tomorrow. I'm going to consider switching to it. Well, I'm certainly going to switch to it with one account. I might go with my main because I'm very strong on infantry on that. And you know, it's fun to do something new. The main thing I'm excited about is seeing Pyrrhus. Especially now I've got a restart account. I'm looking forward to seeing him everywhere in KVK1. Especially because I'm going to be going archers. But I have the feeling he's going to be... Well, he's quite clearly pushed for an early game commander. And I have a feeling he's going to really take off and be used everywhere. Now we may as well get the chests. So you get a maximum of 3 of these little chests throughout the Ian's Ballads experience. None of them particularly good. But again, incremental advantages. 15-minute speed up is better than no minute speed up. This boss can actually cause you a bit of trouble if you're not well leveled and if you're not strong enough. If the guys you're going with don't have particularly strong commanders, but it looks like we're going to be okay here. The reason I say he can cause you trouble is because he can heal when he gets his heal totems. And depending on your power level, you can either knock him down before the heal totems come, but here I think it's much safer to just knock the totems out. Because he can be really annoying if he just keeps healing. Any boss that heals is incredibly frustrating. I think we're going to be okay here. It probably doesn't help that the guy with the strongest commander sitting by the side saying, "You go, guys." But we should be fine. Any second now, kid. Any second now. Come on, boy. Come on. You know what? I think we're going to lose. It may have something to do with our strongest player standing there. Yeah, I'm certainly not strong enough to take him down. Oh, God. Crikey O'Reilly. Oh, well, at least we see a bit of failure. Catch the chicken. He must be, yeah, he's well healed now. Okay, well, that was frustrating. I'm going to click my fingers, and when I come back, you'll either see me defeating him with these guys or with a new team. Back. And we did it. Kid woke up eventually and then fought him alone. We lost, so then we all did it again. We got there in the end. So Ian's Ballads complete in annoying. I say speedrunning Ian's Ballads here. That wasn't a speedrun at all, but you got the principle. It wasn't a speedrun because one of our players fell asleep. But oh, it's another chest we can claim here. But we managed to get through, and I will see if we get anything good from the crystal keys. I expect not, because I've played ROK for long enough to know that you don't. Occasionally, but very rarely. Aha, 5-minute speed up. Ooh. So let's open what we got. 12 crystal keys, don't mind if I do. Let's go for a gold blueprint for once. Gold blueprint. Oh shit, we actually got a gold blueprint. And it was the Hope Cloak. We've already got a Hope Cloak, but wow, that was... Yeah, so like I said, you always get good stuff from Crystal Keys. You can almost guarantee it. Poof. Well, there we go. That's why you do Ian's Ballads. You just fanny around for a while, and sometimes you get really lucky and get some Hope Cloaks. I love a Hope Cloak. Well, that was a nice way to end the video. Thanks, Ian's Ballads. Thanks for singing along with us. Thanks for watching. Greece coming out tomorrow. There'll be some videos about Greece. There'll be some videos about how it's going. But for now, that's how to semi-speedrun Ian's Ballads. See you all tomorrow.